Hey, Jovan here with your free college basketball extended clip play for Friday, December 5th, 2025. Now you know what's here at PickDawgz. We love giving our free picks. But if you want my best bets, the best that I'm putting in today, go to the website, PickDawgz.com, where you can find my or one of our other world-class handicappers picks for today. Now, like we always do, let's look back to what happened last night and recap. And the extended clip lives on. Got the job done once again. We're getting hot. Well, we already are hot with the extended clip. And this time it was South Florida, the Bulls. They got the job done. And it was one of those wire-to-wire victories, just how we like it. Nothing to sweat, nothing to chance. They had a halftime lead of 41-20. And I knew we were in business. Second half, they let it slip a little bit, but not so much for USU to threaten. I think it was a 13-point victory when all was said and done, 74-61. You know, they coasted throughout, and that was that. And like I said, that's the way we like it at the extended clip, where we don't got to sweat it out. We're getting plus money out the deal when we walk away with a bag full of money. So we could have maxed out on this play, and I kind of wanted to, but we're just going to walk it down, you know, get the plus money where we can. We don't got to take big hits. We don't got to take big swings. Getting singles is enough. Getting doubles is enough. And that runs our extended clip record to 30, 39-2, and we are currently at plus $1,045 for the lifetime of the extended clip. And we're right there, since the return of the extended clip, we are right there as far as on the even side. So let's move on to the two-team parlay, and that didn't hit. And you know why it didn't hit? It should have hit, but sad fact of the matter, we won the Gottliebs. A.K. Wisconsin Green Bay, A.K. Green Bay, A.K. the Phoenix. I mean, they played a good game. Valiant effort from them. They ended up losing by 2, but guess what? We had it at plus 1.5. Throughout the day, they caught steam, ended up being minus 1.5. They ended up going from underdogs to being favorites. None of those lines covered. And bad job by me by being on the Gottliebs, because, as you know, we don't rock with Doug Gottlieb. So, you know, he was in all the fade last year, got us some good money all year long. But this year, he seems like he's figured out some things. And he's going to be his team's going to be a team that we might be able to jump on, or have to jump on, because I like money more than I don't like a person. So if it's a person I don't like and they're on the right side, look, man, we gotta bust some movement back on. You know, it's just one of those things. But yeah, 1-1 gets you nothing. The Pelicans got it done against the Timberwolves, 125-116, but 1-1 gets you nothing for the two-teamers. So we'll get back on board with the two-teamers. We've been hitting on those. If you already know, you know, and you've been getting cash both ways with the extended clip and the two-team parlay. But let's move on to the extended clip play of the day, and we are going to go to High Point, North Carolina, where NJIT, the Highlanders, are facing the High Point Panthers, and this is just a mismatch of a game. As far as I'm concerned, you're dealing with a solid team, a strong offensive team in High Point, who took an L in their last game to Southern Illinois, the Salukis, 87-86. It was a game where they were favored by, upwards of 10, 11 points, 9, 10, 11 points, somewhere around there. And I usually fade the Salukis in these spots, and I did on that game, and it was a bad move by me. They're actually a decent team. Not going to say they're going to do anything in the Missouri Valley Conference, because they usually don't. But, you know, I underestimated them in that particular game, and they ended up winning the game outright. They had a a decent lead. And High Point, being that they are a top 5 field goal percentage team in the nation, they got buckets and ended up almost forcing overtime. But that didn't happen. But coming off of that loss, they're going to take their frustrations out on NJIT, as I like to call them, or I used to call them, a long time back in the day. But yeah, this NJ team, this NJIT team, not a good team. Offensively, they only shoot 36.5% from the field. Horrible in their metrics up and down the offensive side of the ball. Defense as well, but they have some decent points defensively, but yeah, they're gonna get blown out the water in this game. And that's the long and the short of it. The line currently sits at 26.5, and we are going to move this line to 31.5. And 31.5, that's a whole 5 points, and that brings High Point to plus 150 if they win by 32 plus points. So I think they could get there. They should be able to get there. This is a team that beat the hell out of Canisius by 42-43 points. Meanwhile, NJIT, they lost the game earlier this season by 57 points to Louisville, and that wasn't too long ago. That was only like 3 games ago. So I believe that High Point is going to do whatever they want. They're going to jump out to a sizable first half lead. It might be 25 to 30 points of a lead that they'll have at halftime, and then they'll just do what they have to do to expand that lead. So it's Highland or nothing. Minus 31.5, plus 150. Let's reiterate this one real quick. High Point, the Panthers, minus 31.5 at plus 150. Book a cash to do what you got to do with it, but go to the website, PickDawgz.com, where you can find my or one of our other world-class handicappers picks. And might I add, I almost forgot, we had a premium Extendo clip play yesterday. Austin Reeves, plus 35 points, plus 301, straight hitter. Check me out on the premium side. I'm getting hot. My Extendo clip plays on the premium side been fire. The last 2 on Saturday night. Hawaii at plus 218, and now Austin Reeves plus 35 points. So jump on board, jump on something long term on that side. But smash that like button. Let's get this money and hit the book where it hurts.